Hey guys, welcome back to the Best Health Positively podcast. I'm Krista Novisky, and here we explore all things health, anything from mindset to metabolism. And today we're getting into the massive health benefits of building muscle. There are so many benefits to building muscle at any age. And it's a topic we've heard more about recently as muscle gets more of the spotlight, and for good reason. Muscle has been referred to, I'm sure you've heard it referred to, as the organ of longevity. And that refers to its function beyond simply movement, and it's due to its role as an endocrine organ, as muscle secretes proteins that help us regulate metabolism all through our bodies. So muscle is about a lot more than just movement. Now, just a little context here. When we think of building muscle, images of bodybuilders or athletes might come to mind, but building muscle isn't just about appearance and performance. No, it's actually one of the major pillars for overall health. We know this now, influencing everything from metabolism, which is huge, to our sense of well-being. So we're going to talk about building muscle and the powerful role it plays in the big picture for our health. So let's just start with the basics here. What do we mean by muscle mass, and why should we care? Muscle mass refers simply to the amount of muscle tissue in your body. And as you know, it's metabolically active tissue. That means the more muscle you have, the more energy your body uses, even when you're just sitting. So as metabolically active tissue, muscle burns calories, supports bones and joints, and even supports healthy blood sugar levels. By using blood glucose and with more muscle, your body's better at managing insulin too, which lowers your risk for type 2 diabetes. Now here's the kicker. After the age of about 30, we start to lose muscle mass naturally, unless we do something to counteract that. And the data shows that on average, people lose about 3 to 5% muscle mass per decade. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but over time, it can lead to less stability, less than optimal metabolism, and less than optimal cardiovascular health. And that's just naming a few things. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, I'm looking to move toward optimal health in those areas. So I'm all about doing something to increase muscle mass. So again, building muscle isn't just about looking good. It's about so much more, staying strong, focusing on prevention in terms of our metabolic and cardiovascular health, and just our well-being overall. So let's get into some of the physical benefits specifically of building more muscle mass. Now I'm going to focus on three main areas here. Number one, the impact on metabolism. Number two, the impact on bone and joint health. And then three, the impact on cardiovascular health. So first, the impact on metabolism. As I mentioned, muscle tissue is metabolically active, meaning it burns more calories at rest than, for example, fat tissue. And this helps with, as I mentioned before, insulin and glucose levels. And obviously, that impacts weight management, which is super important in terms of our chronic disease risk over time. And I know this is something we covered in other episodes previously, but it's really important to mention that here. Number two, the impact on bone and joint health is significant. When we engage in strength training, it places stress on our bones, which increases bone density. And having stronger muscles and bones provides us with more stability and support. And then three, another huge benefit to more muscle mass is for our cardiovascular health. Now, this one might seem less obvious, but data shows that combining strength training with cardio improves cardiovascular risk factors such as blood pressure and cholesterol. And that's probably because people with more muscle mass have lower blood markers for chronic inflammation. And we've talked about inflammation in a previous episode and how important that is in terms of chronic disease risk. Now, those are some of the main physical benefits of building muscle mass. Those are a few, there are more. But I also want to spend a little time talking about the mental health and cognitive benefits of building more muscle. For example, building more muscle mass also has profound effects on our mental health. Strength training has been shown to reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, and stress. In fact, there was a meta-analysis published in JAMA Psychiatry in 2023 that confirm this. And data showed specifically that strength training improved mood and reduced symptoms of both anxiety and depression. And in terms of cognitive function, regular strength training has been linked to improved memory and attention and just overall cognitive performance. So these are great physical benefits. And I've just mentioned a few here, but let's shift to longevity and healthy aging and how that relates to building muscle mass. Now, first of all, higher levels of muscle mass are associated with a longer life. There's good data to show that low muscle mass is associated with higher mortality risk from all causes, including the big ones, cardiovascular disease, cancer, diabetes, and the list goes on. But in terms of healthy aging, we know that maintaining muscle mass as we age helps us to stay active, which is so important, as you know, for preventing our risk for chronic disease and also just boosting our overall sense of well-being. So we've talked about so many of these benefits, and I've just covered them very superficially. Let's talk about how we can actually go about getting started with building muscle mass. Now, first of all, if you're new to strength training, I want to remind you it's never too late to start. And if strength training is already part of what you do, I hope this information has reinforced what you're already doing. So keep going, keep working hard. It's so important. But for those who are just getting started, just a couple brief pieces of advice. First, start small. Begin with body weight exercises or very light weights, focusing on proper form more than anything. So even just starting with your own body weight to do, for example, push-ups or air squats. A second, stay consistent. Shoot for at least 2 sessions per week. It may not seem like a lot, but there's good data showing that just 2 30-minute sessions per week can significantly increase your muscle mass in your strength if you're a healthy adult. So start small, stay consistent, and finally ask for guidance. Maybe talk to a fitness professional at your gym. I'm not a fitness professional, and so I would suggest that you talk to someone with more knowledge and experience. I'm just giving you some information about getting started and the overall benefits, but it would be really beneficial to talk to someone who is trained in this area and can accommodate you in your needs in getting started. Now, you could talk to someone at the gym, a professional at the gym, to get some guidance there. And you can also go on YouTube, and there are tons of tutorials for all skill levels. So that would be something you could also do. If you need help finding something that's just right for you, let me know, and I'm glad to help you find something. So thanks for being here today. I hope this has been helpful. If you have questions or need some guidance, let me know. As I mentioned, I'm happy to help. You can find my email in the show notes. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen because I know you are all super busy. You have busy lives, so I don't take it for granted that you're here. Thank you. And to be quite honest, I'm really trying to grow the podcast. So if you can share this or maybe another episode that you've heard that's beneficial, share it with a friend or a family member and ask them to click follow. It would mean a great deal to me. I really appreciate your support. So take care, and I'll see you guys here again next time.